Hello, my name's Charlie Foinette. I'm talking to you from a motorway service station somewhere on the E40 in Belgium, halfway between Calais and Brussels. We're part of a group that's undertaking a trip from Waterloo Station in London to the battlefield of Waterloo, just outside Brussels, where we hope to spend a weekend exploring the historic sites. We're from two charities, Waterloo Uncovered, which is an archaeological charity undertaking work on the battlefield, and the taxi charity for military veterans, which is London taxi drivers who assist veterans and serving soldiers by taking them in their own time to visit these wonderful battlefields. We've got quite a group with us, 8 cabs, and we're going to spend the weekend exploring the heritage of the battlefield together with some of our Belgian friends and Dutch friends to find out what it is in our history that binds us all together.
The taxi charity for military veterans was founded 70 years ago by 3 cab drivers who wanted to provide entertainment for ex-forces people. Obviously that was the time when people were coming back from the Second World War, but since that time it's really expanded enormously.
That's when the charity started, it was in Fulham, in the Bedford Arts Pub. A cab driver got his friends together and they said, we've got to do something for the war disabled. It was only 3 years after the end of the war, so they went down Northing Road Market, and off of all the traders they collected 2 or 3 quid off of each of them, and they collected £180. And to do this trip they said, well, we've got enough money to do 3 trips, so they took them down to Worthing and they said, we've got to keep this going.
This is a new venture for us, the Waterloo Uncovered, which we're very excited about to be working with Waterloo Uncovered. And we're working with Headley Court and Blesma these days, and we also have a very good arrangement with the British Legion. So although we're just a tiny charity that depends entirely on donations, our thoughts are rather bigger than our purses sometimes, and we push hard to get the money to help as many veterans as we possibly can.
Vera Lynn is still the head of the charity. She doesn't turn up. She used to turn up every year, but now she's too old to appear now. But she's still the head of the charity, which is lovely. It's something that's really lovely.
And it's a fantastic charity. I became a vice president of it getting on for 4 years ago, and I couldn't be more proud to be involved with both our veterans and our wonderful black cab drivers.
And we all enjoy it. We put our time in, we put our cabs in, diesel, whatever, and it's just nice to see people smiling because you've done something for in a charity, really, as you know yourself. Yeah.
I'm Lance Corporal Green from the 1st Battalion Coldstream Guards, Victoria Barracks, based in Windsor, and been in the battalion a few years. I actually fell really ill with ulcerative colitis. Had a major operation to have my colon removed, and then I had a few other operations along the way from 2016 right up until last year, which I had the full reversal process. I had the colostomy bag for the full year, so I was quite ill, and I've managed to come out the other end, and I'm actually back to work now thanks to the support of the Coldstream Guards themselves and the Army and the surgeons at Frimley Park, who have been brilliant. The Coldstream Guards played a major role in the Battle of Waterloo, most notably Hougoumont Farm, which has got a big interest to myself and the other members of the Coldstream Guards. So I'm looking forward just to getting there and just getting hands-on and just seeing what we can uncover and just seeing, what it brings.
Well, today we're travelling on convoy and we're meeting up at Hougoumont. We're going to have lunch there, then we're going to have a tour and see what they're up to. Tomorrow we're all going back to Hougoumont initially. The cabbies are going to get in the trenches, whereas the veterans, they're going to have like a bit of a battlefield tour and go up to Linesman and the opportunity to go to the Waterloo Museum as well.
We don't know quite. I mean, where Paul's got it over there, that's excellent. And then, like I said before to it, it's clean, leave it alone. But you can come back off the airport.
Right, my name's Dave Henson. I'm a volunteer driver with the taxi charity for military veterans. I was asked to come over to Waterloo with a wheelchair-bound amputee to come and help dig at the Waterloo site. At the moment we're at Hougoumont Farm. My guy Matt, who's in the wheelchair, is going around doing various photographs. So I'm enjoying myself digging down here in the pit behind me, and unfortunately we're off home tomorrow.
It was great to actually do the digging, even though we didn't do much, and it was nice to get the, I'm going to say it, a tour of the battlefield. But what was even nicer was yesterday when we actually toured part of the battlefield, the short walk, and the guide obviously was French, but he gave a perspective that you wouldn't normally get. Obviously factual, no bias, but that was quite enjoyable. Also, it was very hot and sunny, so that was quite nice as well. But no, if I didn't have to be somewhere next week, I'd be asking to stay next week. But I'm definitely going to ask next year, say, can I come? And I'm definitely going to tell Blesma and say, look, the guys I've been on any of the trips over the years, they could all do this.
I came across Waterloo Uncovered through the Officers Association, who said they would be looking for people to go on. A couple of weeks after that, I was rung up and said, would I like to go with a bunch of black cabbies on a weekend to visit the Hougoumont farm and the excavation and see what was going on, to which I readily agreed. And I must say, it's been a very interesting weekend. I am interested in military history of various sorts, and I read, of course, about Waterloo, but of course you can never really appreciate until you've been to the actual site of the battlefield, which was quite an eye-opener to see the shape of the landscape and the scale of it, which was quite compressed, which was quite a surprise.
I'm a returning veteran to Waterloo. The first time I went over was in 2015. And I've come over with a military charity for taxi cabs. Took me over from Waterloo Station in London to Waterloo here in Belgium. And since I've been coming over, I've been sort of rediscovering what I did at 2015, and also discovering what's been done since on the excavation at Waterloo. It's very, very interesting what they've discovered since, especially with the remains around the North Gate. And I was talking to Phil Harding today. He was telling me what he was doing last year, and it brought me up to date with the excavations he's been doing, because I shared a trench with Phil Harding when I came out in 2015, because we discovered the hollow way down in the valley there. Yeah,
it's a once in a lifetime opportunity for a lot of people, and it's pushed my boundaries further out, and I found it hugely helpful to me because I've got a real keen history interest and archaeology interest, and being given that opportunity to see people working on something that's live archaeology basically and uncovering the past is just immense, really. I'm just thankful for the opportunity, and it's given me a huge insight as to what happens practically, whereas it's okay watching TV things, but to see it actually happening and the processes that you guys are going through to bring us the history of Waterloo is brilliant. I've absolutely thoroughly enjoyed it, and I'd recommend anybody to come and do it. As a point of view of a veteran who's got a poor disablement, you know, it's pushed my boundaries greatly, and I'm thankful for that.
I turned up here with no archaeological interest whatsoever. Come as a welfare support. From finding a nail at the dig, I'm a changed man. I've got a bit by the tongue now, and got a real interest in it. From a Help for Heroes standpoint, I will definitely be recommending the charity to my beneficiaries. Linking this up with the cabbies has been fantastic. They've helped support the veterans. They've been a good laugh, and really the weekend's been absolutely fantastic. Not looking forward to going home tomorrow now.
Yeah. Wish it could be longer.
Yeah.
And hopefully I can come back at some point as a guest to actually do some practical
No, you can't.
stuff.
You can't, because I'm coming back.
No, so, I want to come back. No,
no.
You can't come back.
I get the email. You can't come.
Oh, right.
It's all mine now.
That's fine. You come now. I'll have to come on my own then.
Yeah, you can pay.
Yeah, but this time I'm not sharing a room with you.